What's up everybody, I'm Joe from Mattress Clarity. Today I'm going to be comparing and contrasting the Casper and Loom and Leaf mattresses. If you're deciding between these two mattresses, you've come to the right video. I'm going to be telling you the pros and cons of each, the similarities between the two mattresses, the differences, construction differences, and letting you know what type of sleeper should get one over the other. By the end of the video, you're going to have a pretty good idea of which one you should get, so stay tuned. Let's get this mattress party started by talking about what's similar between these two mattresses. Not a whole lot. They're both very popular mattresses, come with great customer service, things of that nature. They're both all foam mattresses and have a similar base layer, and they do contain some memory foam in them. All right, we know what's similar between these two mattresses, but what are the key differences? Let's talk about that. Number one is price. The Casper for a queen is going to be a few $100s cheaper than the Loom and Leaf is. There's also materials differences. Loom and Leaf has 2 layers of memory foam on top, then a transition layer, then a base layer, whereas Casper has a soft latex-like layer over memory foam, over a transition layer, over a base layer. It also has a zone construction, so it's going to have different firmnesses depending where on the bed you are. There's also going to be some firmness differences. I believe that the Casper, and I think most people would agree, it's a little bit softer than the Loom and Leaf is. There's going to be some feel differences as well. You're going to get more of a memory foam feel with Loom and Leaf versus more of a balanced feel overall that kind of mixes memory foam and latex-like qualities with the Casper. Now let's take a look under the hood of both mattresses and see what the construction differences are. Starting with the Loom and Leaf, got a quilted cover with a little bit of polyfoam mixed in there, add some softness to the mattress. Then we have 2 inches of gel memory foam, then 2.5 inches of high density memory foam, so 4.5 inches of memory foam overall, then a transition layer, then a base layer. It's going to be thicker overall than the Casper is. It's going to use higher density foams, which could make it more durable. And given that it's thicker overall and you have so much memory foam, it might be a better choice for heavier sleepers potentially. Moving on to the Casper now, we have a soft latex-like layer on top, over memory foam, over a transition layer, over a base layer. The transition layer is zone, so if you're sleeping on your side, it's going to be softer underneath your shoulder. If you're sleeping on your back and stomach, it's going to be more supportive, a little bit firmer underneath the middle part of your body, where the heaviest parts of your body are. So there are going to be some feel differences. You'll sense some initial softness from the Casper, whereas there'll be some initial firmness, and then the memory foam kind of kicks in with the Loom and Leaf. So you're going to kind of very slowly sink into the Loom and Leaf. It's going to contour very well to the curves of your body, whereas you're just going to feel some initial softness with the Casper, especially if you sleep on your side. So it's really going to come down to just the type of feel that you want. You get more of a memory foam feel from the Loom and Leaf versus more of a balanced feel overall, where you kind of have latex-like qualities and memory foam-like qualities all in one mattress with the Casper. Now let's talk about differences in firmness and feel. As far as firmness is concerned, I put the Casper at about a 6 out of 10. The Loom and Leaf is 6.5 out of 10. I would just caution you on that. So the Casper is zoned, so it's going to feel a little bit firmer underneath your hips, a little bit softer underneath your shoulders. And on the Loom and Leaf, it feels a little bit firmer initially, and then it has this kind of high density memory foam, so it kind of slowly kicks in. It feels a little bit softer, a little over a few seconds or so. So it feels a little bit firmer initially, and then gets a little bit softer. And then the Casper is zoned as well, so 6 and then 6.5 out of 10, but I put a little bit of an asterisk on both. As far as feel is concerned, it's really just memory foam feel, which you get from the Loom and Leaf, where it just kind of slowly kicks in, you kind of slowly sink into the mattress, versus the Casper, which is more of just, again, a balanced feel overall that kind of mixes memory foam-like qualities and latex-like qualities. Now I'm going to talk through how I feel in different sleeping positions on both mattresses. Starting on my back, on the Casper, you can kind of feel that zone support, so it's a pretty good match for me from a support perspective. On the Loom and Leaf, also a pretty good match. You can kind of feel it kind of conform to the curves of my body pretty well. I think it's the right firmness as well for back sleeping, so I can't really say like one over the other for back sleeping. Kind of the same story on my side. So on the Casper, it's a little bit softer underneath my shoulder. I really like that. Great match for me on my side. On the Loom and Leaf, you feel a little bit of firmness initially, and then the memory foam kind of slowly kicks in. So I would say if you like a little bit of firmness and you sleep on your side, potentially the Loom and Leaf might be the way to go. Otherwise, I can't really say. So as far as stomach sleeping is concerned, I'd probably say I prefer the Casper. You can kind of feel that zone support. It's a little bit firmer. With the Loom and Leaf, you kind of sink in maybe a little bit too much. So of the two, I'd probably prefer stomach sleeping with the Casper. Mattress Clarity, we like to mix in subjective opinions with objective tests. One test we really like is a pressure map test. It shows exactly how well each mattress relieves pressure. So I basically get down on a pressure map, lie down on my backside and stomach, and you'll see anywhere from blue to no pressure all the way up to red to high pressure. What really matters is these side sleeping results. So if you throw those up here, you'll see that it's very, very close here. There's a little bit of differences, but I would say they both relieve pressure quite well. And I can't say that one definitely relieves pressure better than the other. All right, quick break, guys. I wanted to let you know that every month we give away a $500 Amazon gift card to one of our lucky YouTube subscribers. If you want a chance to win, all you have to do is leave a comment on this video, ask any question about this video whatsoever, so comment, and then subscribe to our YouTube channel. So all you have to do is comment and then subscribe to our YouTube channel. Then once a month, we're gonna pick one lucky YouTube subscriber to get a $500 Amazon gift card. That's basically it. Let's get back to the video.
Hey guys, Martin here to offer a different perspective. Joe's 5'9", 160. I'm 6'7", 230. I'm a larger person when I give my experience with these two mattresses. So today, we have the Casper mattress and the Loom and Leaf mattress. In terms of firmness, I said the Casper was a 7 out of 10. The Loom and Leaf here was a 7.5 out of 10. Now, in terms of sleeping positions, over on the Casper, on my back, really good overall support. I feel that kind of zone construction, keeping my hips from sinking in too far. On my side, good pressure relief on my shoulder there specifically, because that top area is softer. On my stomach, actually pretty good overall support as well. Again, the zone support is keeping my hips from sticking in too far. Over the Loom and Leaf here, on my back, actually pretty good overall support as well. My hips sink into that top foam layer in a really nice way. I feel the kind of top foam pressing in my lumbar area. On my side, some pressure at first. It does soften up quite a bit after a while. However, I think if you're a much larger person than myself, you might activate it more than I did. On my stomach, pretty good overall support. However, I think I probably need a little bit more support. So that being said, I think if you are a heavier back sleeper, both could work for you. I think it's more about what feel you're looking for. If you are a heavier side sleeper, I think both could work as well. I felt a little bit better on the Casper. Again, if you're a much larger person, you might prefer the Loom and Leaf. If you're a heavier stomach sleeper, I would lean more towards the Casper over there.
If you sleep with a partner, there's two additional things you're going to want to consider when looking at a mattress. That's motion transfer and edge support. Motion transfer is basically, if your partner's moving around on that side of the bed, is that motion going to be isolated or transfer over to you and possibly wake you up at night? Edge support is basically, can you sit towards the edge of the bed or sleep all the way towards the edge of the bed without feeling like you're going to fall off? As far as motion transfer is concerned, I would give the advantage to Loom and Leaf here. It just has 4.5 inches of memory foam, which does an excellent job of isolating motion. As far as edge support is concerned, I would say it's about a tie. They actually don't have very good edge support overall, so it's about a tie. All right, now the moment you've all been waiting for, which one of these two should you get? As far as who should get the Casper, I think it's a more appropriate choice for stomach sleepers, just because of that zone construction. It just feels a little bit more supportive when on my stomach versus the Loom and Leaf, where I feel like there's too much memory foam, you kind of sink in a little bit too much. It's also the softer of the two, so if you're looking for something that's a little bit softer, I would probably go with the Casper. If you don't want to sink too far into your mattress, just want kind of a balanced feel overall, that's more what you get with the Casper. As far as who should get the Loom and Leaf, I think it's a more appropriate choice for heavier sleepers. It's thicker overall, it uses high density foams, it's gonna be more supportive and just more durable for heavier sleepers. It's the firmer of the two, so if you'd like just a little bit of firmness, it still has very good pressure relief and good support overall, but if you want something that's a little bit firmer, I would go with the Loom and Leaf. And if you'd like the memory foam feel, it has 4.5 inches of high density memory foam, so if you like kind of slowly sinking into your mattress, having it kind of slowly contour to the curves of your body, that's definitely what you get with the Loom and Leaf, and it should be the appropriate choice for you. All right, so that's basically it. I think these mattresses are very popular for a good reason. You can't really go wrong with either one. And hopefully I've made the differences clear and the choice should be pretty clear for you. But if for some reason that's not the case, just leave a comment below and I can give you a personal recommendation. If you're just getting started on your mattress buying journey, definitely check out mattressclarity.com. If you want to see a full list of our top picks, simply Google Mattress Clarity Best Mattress. And once again, let me know if you have any questions.